How's it going, everybody? This is Novakast back with another video, and with this one, I'm just going to say it's a change of pace. Though, I will say that there's some things that I still disagree with. But anyways, when it comes down to the dog hater community, the most that we've kind of rebutted has been with canine aversion. But seeing if she had any recent videos, I saw this one pop up, and it's weird because this one is about 7 years old. So I went to check it out. And with this one, again, it's an interesting case because this is somebody who doesn't like dogs, but to an extent acknowledges, or I guess is in the situation where they acknowledge the fact that, you know, dogs are kept as pets. Though this situation, I'm just gonna say there's still things that I need to kind of discuss, or if anything, kind of give my thoughts on what they say. So the video in question, or at least that I saw, was from a channel called barmaVlog, and apparently they only made like 7 videos, and apparently right after that just kind of quit and haven't been, or at least doing anything for the past 7 years. So yeah, but anyways, the video in question is why I hate dogs, and for 3 minutes and 41 seconds in the video, they discuss their reasons for hating dogs. They mentioned the fact that they were attacked by dogs, so understandably they have that situation where they have a past trauma that involved them to, you know, not like dogs in that situation. But there's a couple things that they mentioned that is odd. To an extent, going back and forth about how, you know, the fact that, you know, or acknowledging that dogs can be used as a pet just like any other animal, like cats or a variety of other animals. Tries to compare larger dogs to guns, which is, I don't want to say interesting. It's odd because to an extent, especially if you really think about it, a gun is place it on a table and it's just an inanimate object, but holding it and, you know, pointing it at somebody, that's the direction, that's more of, you know, an action of your own will, whereas dog is to an extent a free thinking being or animal, and as some research has proven, has the concept of certain emotions, and is, in an extent, again, a thinking being. Now, another thing that this person mentions is the fact that they do bring up an argument that I have brought up in Canine Aversion's videos, which is the bad dog equals bad owner, especially in the situations of dogs that are very aggressive in certain households. But in using this, tries to make the argument that when it comes down to larger breeds, that people need to have restrictions or certain qualifications, or if anything, forced to do the training or train their animals to act appropriately. Now, oh my gosh, I don't know how I feel about this, because I'm just gonna say this, like, playing devil's advocate, it'd be nice if every person trained their animals or knew how to interact with larger dogs, but at the same time, we can't force it. We can't force people to do certain things, and I know it's kind of counterproductive, especially when it comes to the bad dogs, bad owner, but the thing is, there's not much we can do, and it's, again, because there's so many people that have dogs, or at least larger breeds, that it would be just, I can't even imagine how difficult that would be for people to deal with that. Not only that, but if you were to try to restrict people from even, because I'm just, again, playing devil's advocate. If you were to restrict, people, or have them try to get certain qualifications to own larger breeds, you realize it would be more difficult for the larger animals to even get out of shelters. Like, let's say if a person wanted to get their dog out of a shelter, I can only imagine how difficult, or if anything, what they end up what they would have to go through or pay in order to even get or adopt a large dog, because 90% of the population of dogs is to the extent the larger breeds. So in that situation, I don't see how trying to restrict or force certain qualifications or training would be feasible, especially since in shelters, if let's say 90% of the population of the dogs that are in a shelter are large animals, and if it takes too long for a dog to be adopted, sometimes they may end up resorting to euthanasia for certain breeds, or at least depending on the dog's age or temperament when it comes down to time frame of when they get adopted. So to an extent, especially with certain dogs being adopted, I don't think trying to force certain restrictions or legislation is appropriate. Now, granted, as much, again, just to play devil's advocate, as much as I would want, every dog to be trained and every owner to be respectful, and if anything, in a lot of situations, understand how dogs act and behave and act accordingly when it comes to certain behaviors, I doubt we will ever have the ability to do that, especially with the amount of people that live on this planet, as well as the amount of dogs that also live on this planet that are under the roofs or households of a variety of different people. Again, as much as I would want that, having every dog be trained or every individual force restrictions on them or legislation just doesn't seem plausible. And if anything, it's... I hate to use the word irrational, because again, I don't want to completely shit on this person, but to a large degree, it seems irrational to try to make this especially with this situation, or at least a suggestion, but not give it an exact explanation as to how we could be doing this, or how we could set it up where we force everybody to have certain restrictions or go under certain legislation to just own a dog. It doesn't make sense. So with that, again, because this video was about, that I'm responding to, by the way, was about 3 minutes and 41 seconds from a channel by the name of barmaVlog. What are your thoughts? Love to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys can, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care. Peace.